So you've seen the title. Last week trading was a break-even week for me, and there's two trading mistakes that I made. One of them, I should not have even taken the trade, and if I didn't take the trade, that means the week would have been profitable for me. The second mistake that I made, if I got in correctly how I should have, now that I've adjusted and upgraded my strategy, I would have made a lot more money. And I'm going to show you both the trades and how I should have got in and how I shouldn't have got in. I'm also going to break down all the other trades that I took this week. Also quickly, my Discord is in the description and I'm going to be posting daily market reviews again, and also going to be posting my trades on there for free. So if anyone wants to join that, just join, come say hi. If you have any questions, I'll be free to answer them. But to start off on Monday, I took two trades and they were both on gold. Now, there's nothing really wrong with the trades that I took on Monday. The first trade I took was this one, which was super early, right? And to break this trade down, there wasn't really much analysis. It was just a 5 minute supply zone. We had a change of character, break of structure. So I was happy with how market structure was going. Also, if we zoom out and we look what happened in Asian session, we can see it. We do look bearish overall. So I wasn't too upset with taking this. The only problem is we are quite low and there is gaps above that do need to be filled. But I was just following the trend over the last 2 days, so I was more than happy with this loss, and I'll probably take this setup again if it did present itself. Simple, got in, break of the candle, and I was targeting a 1 to 2. I probably would have targeted about 400 pips, so maybe a bit more than a 1 to 2. We didn't even get to our 1 to 1. We literally shot down, little fake out, and then we shot all the way straight back up. I then thought, okay, that means that we're going to this zone, because this zone actually had a 15-minute confluence. If I change to the 15-minute chart quickly, on the 15-minute chart, as you can see, once again, break of structure downwards, and we're also just continuing from a downwards trend. So I thought, okay, cool, maybe we're going to start rejecting after 15. Gold had simply just had different ideas. It was election week, so that's probably why this week didn't go as I wanted it to go. So once again, I just waited for the break of the candle. We got the break. I got in about right there. First targets is 1 to 1, which is then where I moved my stop loss to break even. Literally the same candle that I hit 1 to 1 just stopped us at break even, and that was Monday. I was done for the day. Didn't decide to take another setup. So Tuesday, second day of the week. This day was good. I'm pretty sure elections were on Tuesday. But obviously later on in the day, because I'm trading London session, we wasn't anywhere near elections. See, if we look at the news event, um, okay, if we looked on Fork Factory, it would say all day event, because markets will be moving weirdly all day for elections. I still decided to trade because last year election didn't really do too much to the market. I mean, not last year, last elections. So I decided to trade anyway. But this setup was actually a good setup. I really did like it. As you can see, we're breaking structure levels straight back up. Yesterday was breaking structure levels back down. We didn't manage to break the lows. We did in Asian session, but then we started breaking back up and was creating levels to say that market trend is gonna go back bullish, right? It was also a 15-minute zone, which if you know 15-minute and 5 minute zones, they have such a high chance of winning. So let's see, if we scale down to the 5 minute, you'll see where I entered and where I exited. This trade was my first trading mistake, and the only mistake was that I didn't hold for long enough. I just secured my profits early and I didn't hold for as long as I should have. If I was to take this trade again, I would hold for these highs right here. I would use the technicals to allow my exit. Whereas this trade, I didn't really use the technicals. I targeted this fair value gap, but there's also a supply zone right here, which even this would have been a way better exit than the one I decided to target when I was trading live. So after reviewing, you just notice these kind of things that, okay, maybe I shouldn't have, maybe I should have held this trade for a little bit longer. There's a lot of other things that I could have done which would have made this trade a lot more profitable. But anyway, I got in break of the candle. It went straight to 1 to 1. I moved my stop loss to break even. It did almost come back down and stop us back out at break even, but we didn't manage to. And then I held for like a 1 to 3, and we secured 1 to 3 pretty quickly. To be fair, I think that was in like 25 minutes. It was pretty quickly, but then the market ran up absolutely loads. We could have secured like 100 pips on gold, which gold rarely runs for 100 pips on the 5 minute chart anyway. I definitely should have held for these levels or these levels, But it's fine. We'll learn from our mistakes and we'll move on and we'll try to do better in the future. So Wednesday, which was post elections, and the market was extremely bearish. Now, as the market was starting to level itself back out, I still thought that GU was just going to drop, just from fundamental and also my technical analysis. GU just looked like it was going to drop. I was actually extremely confident in this setup. The only mistake that I made in this setup, which is why it was a break even, was my entry. Once again, if I was to take this trade again, I would get in break of the candle. I mean, no, incorrect. I would get in aggressively because of how the candle rejected from the zone. If you see a good rejection from the zone, that could be confirmation that you can get into the trade aggressively. So that's what I would have done. But last week I didn't do that. I got in break of the candle. Let me break it down first. So as you can see, we are breaking so much lows, so much lows. I was like, yeah, GU is tanking. Like, this is just a clear sign that GU is going to tank. The trend is your friend. Like, that's the biggest lesson in trading that you can learn. The trend is your friend. Don't try go against the trend. Don't try be the person that's trying to catch the lows so you can buy, or trying to catch the peak so you can sell. Just go with the trend and you'll make so much more money. So on the 5 minute, this didn't really have much confluences except the fair value gap, and also it's a supply zone. But on the 15, it had a lot more confluences, so we'll go over that. The only reason why I would have taken this trade is because of how it was on the 15. So it was also a 15-minute zone right here. So back on the 5 minute, like I said, I got in break of candle and we did go to our one-to-one. But after hitting our one-to-one, we went down for a little bit more and then we came up to break even. Now, if I got into this trade aggressively, I probably would have gotten around about these kind of levels right here with this wick rejecting. I would have saw the wick rejection. My stop loss would have been here. Slightly bigger stop loss, but way better entry. And I would have targeted areas down here or areas down here, which would have been around £700 in profit. It would have been so much profit. So unfortunately, we didn't secure it this week, but definitely in the future, this is how we're going to be trading from now on. If we see a nice rejection, dollars above the zone, entering aggressive. So this was one of the mistakes in the trading. Let's go on to Wednesday. So Wednesday's trade was on gold again. We went back to gold, and I can't really say that this was an A plus setup. This was once again, it was a little bit of an iffy setup, to be completely honest with you. The reason why I say that is yes, we are still going down from elections and market structure is going down, but we're starting to break highs. The market is kind of telling us, okay, maybe it's time to go back up. Along with that, we've just come off a 15-minute demand zone, which price can reject from this demand zone, and we could see a push back up potentially to this 15-minute supply zone up here. But there was a little bit of a 15-minute supply here. It didn't have a break of structure or any other confluences except for a fair value gap, which in my eyes, when I was live trading, I was like, okay, this is enough. Looking back at it, maybe this wasn't the best setup that we could have taken. On the 5 minute chart, we did have a change of character, but we didn't have a break of structure. So that's another counter confluence for a reason to not get into this trade. But it did break candle and I did enter. So it did go down to a one-to-one level. We did move our stop loss to break even, and as we can see, it just came straight back up. Stopped us at break even, and then the rest is history, to be fair. I think it pushed bullish for the rest of the day, or we defo closed. Yeah, we closed bullish for the day. In this trade, I would have targeted these lows or potentially these lows. So that would have been quite a big trade as well. But that was pretty much it. We had one trade on Friday, which is my second trading mistake, and I should not have got into this trade at all. This was just a terrible setup, to be completely honest. I think I was just had a bit more faith in the trade than I should have. So this was Friday's trade. Absolutely counter trend. Market is literally showing us that we're bearish. We're bearish. We're bearish. We're bearish. There's no need to be taking buys. If this had a 15-minute zone or 15-minute confluence, I understand if I would have took this buy. But we literally had no high time frame confluence. There wasn't even a 15-minute setup over there. It wasn't even a 1 hour setup. This was honestly just a big mistake. And the stop loss was huge. We had about 300, no, we had about 30 pips stop loss. 30 pips stop loss on gold. So we definitely shouldn't have taken this trade. But it is what it is. It didn't go to a one-to-one, so we didn't manage to get our stop loss to break even. So we just took the full loss on this trade. But I posted this setup on Discord. I posted the loss. So from now on, I'm going to be posting wins, losses, everything on Discord. You're going to see my whole track record, pure, full transparency, full honesty. But that's literally how my week's been. If you did like the video, you want to see more like this, make sure to subscribe. Also, live trading videos on my Instagram, so make sure to follow over there. Peace.